Do you ever feel like you're just going through the motions? Has anyone ever felt like that? I'm actually going to talk about a time in my life today where I definitely was doing that and what happened. So what is this life really about? Sometimes you can feel like you've lost your mojo. My husband passed when I was 22 and I had my 2 little ones and I was living in Port Augusta. I remember very vividly waking up with no get up and go in me. I just felt like I was dead inside. And I had these 2 little ones full of life. And the contrast was very stark for me. And that feeling of emptiness, like literally, I couldn't grab a hold of any get up and go in me. And I felt like I was empty. I felt like I was just going through the motions, literally. It's the inner that tells us the truth about what's really going on. And so when you think about how you feel today or any time, think to yourself, how do I feel about what I'm doing? The feeling, the spirit is the inner. The inner is what tells you the truth of the matter. So this life in us, that's where everything starts. Okay, we've got this life in us. We're being breathed by life, and life is growth. And so when you feel like, there's nothing happening here, be aware that might be your thinking, but the spirit of life in you is always for growth. And it's going to come from within you. It's hidden deep inside you, hidden because you're not yet expressing it. And I want you to think like that. The life in you is going to look for expression, always. And if you're feeling like nothing's happening, do not look too long at what's being represented on the outer, but go to the inner. Now, the life in you wants to expand and be expressed. You know, we plant a seed, it grows from the seed. We have an idea, it grows from the idea. It's from the inner to the outer always. So we do not want to spend too much time looking at the outer, because that's not where growth comes from. Our new growth is going to come from the center. This is the principle of growth. There is an inner side to everything, every single thing. It's a germination, like in plants, a desire in us, a potentiality. There will be days when and moments where you think, I don't know what my desire is, but you can be sure, if you've got a pulse, so we can check that, is there a potentiality in me? Yes, there is, because you have life in you. The inner side of you, and this is pivotal, picture a seed in the ground. It's got this potentiality in it. What has to happen for the growth to emerge? What has to happen to that seed? What will happen to that seed physically? If we were to watch it, what's going to happen to it? The sprouting is the cracking open of it, right? It's encompassed in the seed, the potentiality, the cracking open. Can you imagine how that feels for the seed? If it had feelings, it would be saying to its fellow seeds, my life is falling apart, right? I am not what I used to be. All hell is breaking loose here. The inner must be open, like the germ must be cracked open, the desire must be cracked open, seen, understood, for the expression to begin. Then begins the sprouting. And that is the life becoming more fully expressed. The growth begins, the expansion begins. When I had my cracking open, it was due to my little Amy saying she wanted her dad. And in that moment, man, oh man, I was cracked open and the inner of me was revealed. Now, what's interesting about that was I didn't crack open and say, voila, here's my desire. What happened was what was in me started to come out. And what was in me at that point was a whole lot of anger, whole lot of judgment, to God and blame and all the rest of it. That cracking open let out the truth. I had been walking through my days for a few months, expressing, like as in symbolizing, trying to symbolize that everything was good. The truth of the matter was it wasn't good. It was anything but good. And until I cracked open and let the truth be expressed, I could not let what was really looking to be grown in me out, because it's like Yeah, you're trying to be this, but the truth of the matter, this is what's going on inside of you. So let yourself be cracked open. And sometimes that's not going to be pretty. A seed under the ground in the dark, cracking open, looks anything but beautiful. But when you look at the plant, beautiful. When we're aware of something, we must go with it. I was aware I was angry, but I thought it was wrong to be angry. And so I was trying not to be, but I was. And the sooner I admitted that and let it out, that was the day everything started to change. My goodness, I will remember it forever. And so what's urging to be revealed in you, look at what's going on inside you. That's where your power is. That's your life power. It's huge. In the desire chapter in Think and Grow Rich, there's a beautiful page 63, and you might just want to note it and read it after. I love the way he speaks. He said, the turning point in the lives of those who succeed usually comes at the moment of some crisis through which they're introduced to their other self. On this day, I believe everything I'd ever held back came out, and it was ugly. And I thought, my goodness, who is this person? And I'm sure my girls were down there thinking, God, what's going on down there? But that was my turning point. Nothing else could be expressed because I was holding that as my inner, and there was more to come out, but I wasn't letting the flow of life. The inner side, the desire, the seed, the thought, the curiosity. If you're in a place where you're like, I've got this potentiality, but I don't really know what it is, just get curious and relax and let yourself be yourself. Let yourself feel what you're feeling. Acknowledge it. And then the inner will come out. It has to. That's what life, the law of life is growth. It will not stay silent in you. And so when I asked myself, why are we here? Why are we alive? We are here to represent the nature of the life power in us. Represent, look at that word, represent. So you've got a power of life in you, and you are here to represent it. It's in you, no doubt about that. You're going to represent it in your expression, in your individualized what appeals to you. The power is hidden in you until you express it. And it's only lifeward. That's the thing to understand. I used to think if I was angry, that's going to be my demise. It was my freedom. Allow the life in you to be expressed. Emotions are not bad. Emotions are to be expressed. They're energy in motion. I saw the power of life as adverse to me. I felt like a victim to the power of life. And that's how I addressed it. It's like, I didn't want this. This is BS, blah, blah. It was me against life, and I felt like I was losing big time. The nature of life is for you. It's well-being, it's growth. When we entertain ideas that it's not working for me, that's not the life in you being expressed. That's your ignorance of the life in you and the expression it wants. When you start to feel like a victim of life and what it's given you. When we have a negative emotion, the first step is to observe it, which says we open the door and we go, oh, hello, anger or whatever. Yes, I'm aware of you. Yes, I acknowledged it. It sort of grabbed me actually, and I expressed it. But at the end of my rant, and this is the important part, when I finished my rant with, this is not what I wanted, the next question that landed immediately in my mind was, what do you want? The next thought was, okay, if this isn't what I want, what do I want?